Hey everybody, so in this video we're going to look at how to calculate the volume of a cuboid or the volume of a cylinder. So for ease of reference I have a cuboid drawn here. It's basically a 3D rectangle of some type. A cube is a 3D square, so a cuboid is a 3D rectangle. And a cylinder is a 3D circle. We've got a circle just extends out to kind of a longer length. You know, in the real world an example of this would be something like a can of beans or something. It's circular at the top, but then extends down from there into 3D. So we're going to start with just the volume of a cuboid. So for a cuboid, for given a cuboid is probably going to have 3 dimensions. It's going to have a length, a width, and a height. You can see them here in the diagram, a length, a width, and a height. So the formula for the volume of a cuboid, and this will be written in your log tables, is you multiply the length by the width by the height. Simple as that. So let's look at an example. So here is a gorgeous cuboid I've drawn. It's got 3 dimensions. Its length is 6 centimeters, its width is 7 centimeters, and its height is 4 centimeters. If we want to find the volume of this cuboid, we first of all write the formula. Volume is equal to length by width multiplied by height, and then we start subbing that in. So we don't know our volume, but we do know our length is 6, our width is 7, and our height is 4. Now it doesn't really matter which order you do them in, because multiplication is commutative. 3 by 2 is 6, but 2 by 3 is 6. So you can jumble them around and you'll still get the same answer in this case. And then you just put that into your calculator, 6 by 7 by 4. And the answer that comes out is 168, and then we just add our unit, which is centimeters. Now for volume, it's centimeters cubed, and the reason for that is because we multiplied centimeters by centimeters by centimeters. Just like if we're multiplying x's by x's by x's, it would be x cubed. If we multiply centimeters by each other, it's centimeters cubed. It's just like area is always squared, the volume is always cubed. Okay, now we can have a look at our cylinders. So the formula for a cylinder to calculate its volume is the volume is equal to pi or squared times by h. Now if you are pretty sharp, you might have noticed that pi or squared is the formula for the area. So what we're doing is finding the area of the top and multiplying it by how far down it goes. So pi or squared and h. Now again, what we want to do is check to see if we're given what to leave pi as. So in this case, pi might be 3.14 if the question says that, right, in its decimal form. So if we want to solve this question, we just write out the formula, then sub in 3.14 for pi, then look at the diagram. What's the radius? It's 4, so we're going to sub in 4 for the radius. Remember to square it, and then we're going to multiply that by the height. So pi is 3.14, radius is 4, and the height is 8. Now you can just let your calculator multiply all of those by itself. So when you put that into your calculator, in this case you get a 401.92. Then for our units, we look at the diagram where the information we're given. It's in centimeters, so our answer is going to have centimeters as well. And because it's volume, it's going to be centimeters cubed. So on to our final question here. They want us to find the volume of a cylinder in terms of pi. So in terms of pi. So here's our picture of a cylinder. You can see this one is on its side, but we're still going to use the same formula. That's volume is equal to pi or squared h. Now just like with circles, when they ask for something in terms of pi, that means we don't sub in anything for pi. So when we're writing out our next line, we leave pi alone, don't sub in anything, but we sub in the radius and the height as normal. So we're going to sub in 2 for the radius and 10 for the height. I just got those readings from the diagram here. The radius is 2 and the height is 10 on the diagram, 2 and 10. So we're going to sub them in here. Right, now volume is going to be equal to pi. You can sort everything else out. You can do this in your calculator. 2 squared times by 10. Well, 2 squared is 4, multiplied by 10. So it's going to be pi times by 40. And conventionally we write out the number before the symbol if we have a number multiplied by a symbol. So 40 times pi, we normally write out as 40 pi. And then we need a unit. So this was centimeters. We're going to write centimeters for our answer. And then because it's volume, we're going to put it as cubed.